to the Love Show, where we grapple with the question, what is love? Today's show wants to know, is love a spiritual thing? We're exploring the darker side of love this October, and this week is no exception. The spirit is a light thing. Some people are frightened of it. Oh. On other love shows, is love hormonal? Is love eros? We discovered that love is not sex. We have established that tone throughout all 3 seasons so far. Love is not hormonal. Sex is hormonal. Love is not eros. Sex is eros. And neither is love. So, is love ever physical? No, actually, we have found in these episodes, is love hormonal? That sex is hormonal. Sex is physical. So I think love is a spiritual thing. But then there's the heart. I spoke in season 1 about how the ancient Egyptians used to think the heart was everything, immensely important. And they threw the brain away. Just threw the brain away. They didn't think it was important in the afterlife. We today put so much emphasis on the brain. And again, I'm going to quote comedian Emo Phillips and say, I used to think the brain was the most important part of the body. And then I thought, well, look what's telling me that. So I think we give too much credit to the brain. I don't feel the brain is responsible for love. And I don't feel that love is in your reproductive system either. That's sex for sure. But what about the heart? You'd think with all the hearts everywhere expressing love, these kinds of hearts expressing love all over the internet and on Valentine's, etc., you'd think that it would be physical. But then wouldn't it be represented by an actual physical heart if it was physical? I mean, would we have to abstract it? Because getting this on an actual Valentine, say, oh, how gory. Thanks so much. How very Addams Family of you. And the physical, to me, is more frightening than the spiritual. Like, actually looking at blood and guts frightens me more than anything spiritual can. Ghosts don't frighten me. Living people scare the crap out of me sometimes. But I can handle ghosts any day of the week. I've been able to communicate with the spirit realm since I was a little girl. Everyone hopefully has a spirit. guess that's the one thing the AI folks are missing is the spirit, that spark, that love. Not all spirits have bodies, though. As a medium, I've discovered that. Does that make sense? Not all spirits have bodies. There seems to be only so many bodies to go around. We with physical bodies should be grateful for our hearts, for they keep us alive. It's the one organ we can't live without. Did you know that it is also said that when they burned Joan of Arc alive, they tried but could not burn her heart? Supposedly they threw it in the Seine because it wouldn't burn. The heart is truly a physical thing, but is love? Or is love strictly a spiritual thing? I know come Valentine's Day, I'm grateful for the abstract art, which, I think is a spiritual thing. Because this is better to get than this. Josh Kressel, PhD at Psychology Today, quotes Proverbs 20 to 27 in his article, The Spirituality of Falling in Love. So Proverbs 20 to 27 states, the candle of God is the soul of man. Josh explains that this is a metaphor whereby the human soul is the flame and the human body is the candle and wick. Body and soul are united in this metaphor, but pulling in opposite directions. The flame reaches always upward, seeking to return to its source above, as if trying to separate itself from the candle upon which it depends. But does it depend upon the candle? Does fire exist without a candle? Yes, of course it does. So if the spirit is that little spark of God we all get from God, and God is love, we have found that God is in fact love. So if God is love and the spirit is God's love, then yes, friends, I would have to conclude that love is indeed a spiritual thing. It's October, and we are progressing toward Halloween, when the veil is lifted between spirit and physical, and the two are one, like the candle and the flame. Honor the spirits, for you shall one day return to that state. I think even if you're in a body, that love is still a spiritual thing. I don't think it's ever physical. Honor the spirits, for you shall one day return to that state. You may not always have a body, but it turns out you can always have love. Because love, friends, is, in fact, a spiritual thing. One can have love without having a body. So therefore, love is a spiritual thing. But as we found in our necessity episode, we have to have love to survive in bodies. We need love to survive in bodies. Yes, I think that as long as one can have love without having a body, then love is truly a spiritual thing. You don't need the heart to have love, but you need love to have a heart. It's kind of neat. Love is a spiritual thing, folks. Honor the spirits this Halloween when the veil is lifted. They're here with us all the time, but you can see and feel them. We all have that ability. You know it's there. If you got spirit, you can feel them. Respect them just like anyone else. They just don't have a body. Doesn't mean they're not there. They just don't have this. They have this. Love with Mililli. Love. Thanks for watching. I love you. Get out there and love with your spirit. A MililliStudios